Hello, people. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this collective reading, which is also part two of the previous one that I did, where we spoke about the divine, masculine, and feminine getting into union. The categories that I spoke about. So, first two categories I explained in that channeling session, and now I'm going to discuss the second two in this transmission. These are very important channelings for all those people who are falling into this space because this reading that I'm doing is for those people who have done multiple rounds. If you look at all the stages of the twin flame journey, starting from duality to temporary awakening to testing and crisis, runner chaser dynamic, surrender, harmony, union, and singularity, then this whole list that you see, the step by step that you see, this has to be done multiple times. Then you get into the final thing because there are so many patterns and so many situations via which a person is purified. So it's all about purification and transformation. And when a child is born, when a soul is born into this world, even at that time, they are very pure. But they take on to certain areas because they're all here to raise the vibration of this planet, especially twin flames, because twin flames embody both the masculine and the feminine energy. So, if you're a masculine, a male, you are going to meet people who are going to mirror the stage or the phases where you're at while you're doing your inner work. So you are definitely going to meet karmics and false twin flames and catalysts and soulmates. You are here to meet all these different types of people because that's how you understand love. And there is a special someone also who makes you feel about love or see love or perceive love in a slightly different way. So you'll feel love for your mother, you will feel love for your sister differently, your best friend differently, your girlfriend differently. Now, the person, the divine feminine, is literally a very, very important person for the masculine. And here I see that the third category was about the masculine and feminine getting into a relationship first, like they are spending good amount of time with each other, they love each other, they know it's a special kind of love, it's a unique kind of feeling, but their programming is so different from each other and things are so distorted. They both also have this distortion because there are other people around them who influence their thinking. So they are still not fully authentic and they're still not fully confident. They are not there in their complete power where everybody is like, okay, we got to do what they tell me to do, tell us to do, because they know the way. Because these people are naturally, they're born to lead. The masculine and the feminine both are born to lead, but they have to first heal the distortion within. The male, the divine masculine, has to heal all of the feminine distortion in his life, coming from mother, sister, and other women, other feminine energy. And he also needs to act with discernment in order to recognize the pure divine feminine energy, which is why he has to meet the karmic, he has to meet the divine feminine also. He has to meet the catalyst. He has to meet the false twin flames. He has to come in touch with both types of feminine energy, the distorted one as well as the pure one. Because he is a pure divine masculine, right? So he is eventually going to mirror his own self, the pure divine feminine. But before they do that, they have to go through all of these experiences. So, for the feminine, also, let's say she attracts a false twin flame. She attracts this person in order to figure things out, okay? About herself, about her career, about why she's there, about her soul journey. In the first part, I spoke about the feminine and masculine connection where they meet each other after meeting other people or after having other matrix reality based relationships or situations. But in this category, they meet each other, they get into an intense situation. It could be marriage, it could be having children together, it could be having some kind of relationship which is public commitment kind of situation. Even if it's a live-in, it's not a secret live-in, everybody knows about their live-in, something like that. Or they could be engaged with each other. Whatever the case is, they have really difficult time. So the initial temporary awakening phase is very nice, but after the testing and crisis and multiple phases of chaser dynamic, they both have to surrender. It's not like one person has to surrender, both have to fully surrender. And after this surrender, they meet again. Now the phase of harmony is also not like they meet, they start talking and everything is hunky-dory in day one, because in some cases it can be like that if the feminine does proper hardcore inner work. Because many a times I have also seen this personally with therapy, in healing sessions, or generally, that as soon as the masculine comes back and shows even little bit of interest, even a little bit of breadcrumbs he throws at the feminine gets overexcited and she forgets about all the difficulties she has faced in last few years because of the separation or due to the separation. No one took responsibility of her, no one took care of her, especially the masculine. And the masculine is not going to heal in just 2 to 3 years time. If he is that type of a masculine who ran away, who left her behind in a difficult situation, maybe he left her behind as a baby mama, he didn't even give the child father's name, or he made her start some business where she put in all her money, her savings. It's not a child, something else they were doing together. And just when everything was about to get into motion, he got cold feet and he ran away. In these kind of situations, you can see that the divine masculine is not divine masculine, and that is distorted masculine, is very irresponsible. But let's understand, because everybody is our mirror, okay, everybody is literally showing us what we need to work upon. It could be very much possible that the feminine needs to heal her own distorted masculine energy. It could be possible that no masculine has been a good provider for her for whatever xyz reason. So whenever it comes to providership, the masculine runs away, the divine masculine runs away. So she needs to work on this, she needs to do inner work, she needs to heal her wounds, she needs to be independent, she needs to have faith in god, she needs to pray to god, she needs to do her mission work, whatever it takes. She basically has to heal that aspect of her wherein she was taught or she was told that she has to face challenges in order to be happy. I mean, being happy is a thing that you can feel even in the midst of challenges. But she had to go through all of this pressure. And the masculine, what he needs to be, a real man loves challenges, loves pressure, loves to be a provider, loves to be the hunter, loves to be the man who brings the food on the table. That's what a real man is like. So she's not attracting a man who's responsible for children or who's responsible for herself or even for his own self. Because let's say he's got a lot of addiction patterns, he's got a lot of emotional avoidant issues, he's got things that he's not willing to work upon. Then in that case, he's gonna spread it around because he's so unhappy and miserable within that he is going to spread it around. Now, I know there are also people who are raised by parents who spend their whole lifetime together, facing the challenges, facing the situations, and it became a part of their existence. Living like that, living in challenges, living in those situations, not being happy, being miserable. So they passed on the same things to the children. Maybe one of those children was a divine masculine and one was divine feminine. So, what I mean to say here is like they raised, say, 4 children or 3 children, out of which two were twin flames basically, with both DM and DF energy. Okay. So, one had to find her counterpart and the other has to find his counterpart. In the same family, there are these children. But let's say the brother, so these siblings, the brother is not ready to do his inner work, okay? And he's still living in the 3D reality. So it's the sister who's going to do her inner work, attract the right man, attract the right divine masculine, her divine counterpart, and she's going to inspire everybody else also to do whatever healing that they can do. Okay, so this can be one of the templates that she is the one, the feminine is the one to be the hermit first, and also the one who shows the path to other people. Okay. And it could be like a beautiful family. Maybe the father is nice, the mother is also nice, the grandparents are nice, everybody is nice, but there is still distortion. There is still some kind of distortion that they all have. It could be poverty consciousness, it could be pleasing other people way too much, it could be attachment with ritualistic worship of Lord, of Source, not being truly attached with Source, doing worship that is based out of fear or desire. So the feminine brings in this element of healing in the whole family. So it's not going to be easy for her. She has to be by herself. Whether she's living with all of them in a codependent setup or she is not, she has to be by herself. There has to be a phase where she has to think that, you know what, I cannot be like others. I cannot be in that comfort zone. I have to step out of my comfort zone. I have to be the smart person here. And sometimes they have to leave her alone as well. In some cases, all the people around the divine feminine have to leave her alone because she has to learn that in times of trouble, even her own people are going to walk away from her, not support her, not stand by her, make her negative, demotivate her. Now, those are the things, those are the aspects of narcissism that she needs to heal by herself in order to set an example for other people. Why she has to set an example? That's just a part of a contract, simple. She could have been raised by a beautiful man, a beautiful father, a beautiful brother, but they still have distortions. And this is the reason why she is attracting men in her life who are not complete by design. They need to be in some kind of matrix based inner work, Maya based inner work, or spiritual modality based inner work. So we are not here to understand good and bad. We are not here to be so deep in duality. We are here just to be empathetic towards duality. So it's all about purification, right? Basically, it means that her father, her brothers, all the men in her life are really nice people, but they're not good providers. They cannot tell her, okay, you take rest for 8 months, 10 months, 2 years, we'll help you out. Or you do whatever you want to do, we'll be there for you. No one is doing that for her. This is the reason why she has to go all by herself to do whatever she wants to do. She has to be on a solo trip, so as to say. Mentally, she has to separate herself because they are not adding value to her life. They're not giving her anything. Even for her own inner work, she has to be the provider. She has to provide for her own inner work. She has to be the independent person in her family, the one who has pure divine masculine energy as well. Similarly, the divine masculine on the other side, who's living with all of these distorted people around him, he has to bring out the feminine energy, he has to be the nurturer. He has to be the one who cares for everyone like a mother would, a caretaker would. His problem is not with anybody else but with his own mother energy. So divine masculine has to heal the divine mother energy, and divine feminine has to heal the divine father energy. Okay. And then when they do so, they also heal the polarity, which means that a divine masculine who is still not fully healed will also have problems with other men in his house. He will have a problem with his father. He'll also have a problem with his own sons, if any, because he has to fix that nurturer energy. He did not get proper nurturing, so he cannot give out the nurturing to others. He's too attached. He's too like, it's mine. He's mine. The child is mine. He has to be like me. He has to think like me. He's not able to be the proper man, which is why he's also not able to be a man who has embodied the feminine energy properly. Both DM and DF have to heal the opposite polarity energy while healing their own energy as well. So the feminine has to heal the masculine, but not externally. She has to do it internally by going for whatever she wants by herself. And all of this can only be accomplished via faith. Faith is the only thing, faith frequency is the only thing. She's got some dreams and goals, and she knows that no man is going to take care of her. She has to become the man who's taking care of her. And then once she's complete by design, she will attract that man. she will attract other men also. So it's not like just a romantic person, a man who's a boyfriend or husband who's going to show support to her. Everybody else also, there are different types of masculine energies. There's brother, there's father, there's friend, there's best friend, there's husband, there's boss, there's employee. We are not doing everything alone. We have different people who stand by us, who support us. We stand by them, we support them. But first, we do it for ourselves. We do it within. We heal all of those things. In the next part of this reading, I'm going to speak about the divine masculine and feminine who come into union after healing the third party situations, the karmic situations, the karmic relationships, people who are karmics in the relationship and they become a part of the whole contract. I will discuss that also because that's also part of this transmission. So if you want to get into therapy with me, because I personally feel that all these issues come up in people's life when they have lots and lots of negative memories, a bag of negative memories, a collection of negative memories that are in the core, and these negative memories form more and more and more such experiences, events, and situations, circumstances that keep making a person feel that they're unworthy. It's like a continuation, okay? Because they're stuck somewhere in time. They need to get out of there and explore other memories that may not be as intense as the core memories, the core negative memories. You can check out the description box for details on therapies as well as personal one on one readings. I will see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.